And speaking of clout, we have Chebet Ronoh. You remember when Nicki Minaj dropped Chun-Li and she was calling out all the rappers? Akaita Drake, akasema Lil Wayne. She just put out everyone's business out
In the
there.
open.
Let me tell you, the beginning of the week, Chebet Ronoh chose violence. She woke up and said, "He industry, I am the new Eriko Mondi. Controversy, and I will do it at the comfort of my home. From my phone, I will be a keyboard warrior and use social media and Twitter as my platform." She started by calling out Nikita Kering, and we were wondering, what is this beef with you and Nikita Kering? Basically, she was saying Nikita is a horrible person, despite
Mean
what
girl.
other people would actually think. She's a mean girl. Her dating Lil Minor was actually clout, blah, 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 blah. She didn't stop there. She started hinting how she's going to call out Kamene Goro. From then on, she went on to call out a few people.
Including Ultimate Jimbo.
And then she called out Kariwahu, who was just chilling and taking nice Instagram pictures. That girl was just living her best Instagram life, you know, just pausing, looking cute, at her stray bullets, you know. Stray bullets, as in you could have just been seated there. Hata mimi sijui kama ningeitwa, because you don't know exactly, there was no agenda. We don't know the trajectory she was following. We don't know what was the reason. She was just calling out random people, and then went on to say, "What do you expect? I am a child of Andrew Kibe. Andrew Kibe raised me." So she was trying to align herself with that toxic personality. I'm going to do whatever I want to do, and there's nothing you can do about it. And we were like, okay, cool. Obviously, people on Twitter are intrigued by this. They feed off of this, the chaos, the drama. We wanted all of it. But somebody who's actually concerned about Rono, looking at it, we were like, girl, are you okay? Is everything okay at home? Is there rice at home? What is really happening? And for us who are concerned, she was like, anytime I need to call out anybody in the industry, apparently I have a mental issue, F y'all. Yani, she was coming for everybody, and we didn't know what had triggered all of this. We just knew she was calling out people. However, just as sudden as it had started, she put out a tweet and said, "Apologies to everyone I have offended. I received a call that told me the truth. Let me go on a hiatus to heal again. I apologize for my behavior."
Just like that?
Just like that. You start a fire, you leave it burning, you go and hide. That is coward behavior. Please, Rono, finish what you started. Because I do understand when you've started something and then somebody else does something similar and seems to blow up and have a different, more successful trajectory from you, and yet you are supposedly the originator of that line of content. I'm referring to Elsa Majimbo. If you look at Elsa Majimbo and Rono, the delivery is somewhat the same. And people keep saying Rono actually is the OG.
She is.
And Elsa actually copied off of her delivery, and now she's blowing up in South Africa. She's in Vogue. She's all over the world. She has moved to the US, you know. And here is Rono still struggling with you local artists. And then I don't know why she actually called out Kate Actress. There's a character that Rono does called Auntie Debs. It's just this rich auntie who does the most. And apparently, Kate, the actress, her brand has been going towards the Auntie Debs theme. So she was like, please, Kate Actress, stop copying my content. It has happened once before with Elsa Majimbo. I will not let it happen again with Kate the actress. And I understand. But that is life, you know? People seemed to like Elsa Majimbo's delivery way better than they liked yours. Well and good. What are you going to do about it, you know? Instead of coming to the internet and constantly complaining, constantly having beef with somebody, can you do something that's for you? She was actually on a very good, you know, track with her whole weight loss, her whole rebranding, because there was a rough patch for Rono, and we remember it very well. She really went through some things. And that rough patch, she seemed to be getting out of it. She went to the gym. She was working on herself. The new Anti-Deb character was developing. Things were looking good. And then all of a sudden, Twitter fingers appeared for no reason. Again, this is why we need publicists and PR people for most of you famous people, because it's like you never think of the consequences of things before you actually do that. However, Someone who's claiming to be Rono's assistant actually came out and was alleging that it was actually clout for a song that Rono wants to drop. Apparently, Rono wants to drop a rap song like Nicki Minaj. That's why she was coming all for all of you and saying, you're painting me out to be the bad guy. Well, I will show you now. We don't know how true this is. We don't know if that girl is actually Rono's assistant. We don't know what is happening. If it is a song, we are ready. It would be nice to see Rono out of her element and trying out a new thing. It's nice. If it's not clout, and then it's concerning. Something is actually going on. People who are close to her should actually look in on her, check in on her, and figure out what's happening.
Yeah, I feel like if we have the Kenyan Cardi B and the Kenyan Burna Boy dropping a hit song, anyone can be a rapper
Oh,
nowadays.
it
Like,
reminded me.
just do you, just galavant.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah.
Galavant. We are giving you access to the internet. Galavant. But yeah, in the same beat, I think Rono was going on a very good trajectory. She'd really cleaned up her image.
True.
She even has said multiple times on her TikTok and social media in general that she's no longer oversharing. But then it's like she didn't overshare for a while, and then she's like, pew, volume to the max. I feel it though. Imagine you've worked hard. Well, let's not call it work hard. You're naturally talented, because let's not lie, Rono is naturally talented.
True.
Anything she touches is just instantly funny. This girl talks about a kangaroo, and you're like, damn, how have I never thought of... Do you watch that video of her talking about the kangaroo? She's like, Australians should lock those things up and whatever. I'm just like, instant hilarious. Like, this girl is clearly talented, and she doesn't even... it doesn't feel like she works hard for it. It's just very organic for her. It feels like it happens every day. In her mind, they're just monkeys saying things, and she's just reporting what the monkeys are saying. It's really funny. It reminds me of Jerry Seinfeld, the very observational comedic act who ended up doing the Jerry Seinfeld the show, and basically right now is running Hollywood along with many other people with direction, production, all of that. So I feel like she just needs to direct that energy somewhere, and she is a diamond in the rough, if we can even say it that way, because she's technically just a diamond. She just hasn't gotten that traction from outside that everyone else is kind of getting. So I'm just waiting to see when she blows up and how she blows up. Regardless, she's giving potential, like insanity. She just needs to channel it to the right places. And I feel like that's the problem with our industry. There's no real direction of how can I, okay, this is what I have, this is what I can do. How do I patch this up and make it a nice package, which I can then present to someone else who can now feed into it, give me money, and then make it a whole thing. Tyler Perry, how talented is Tyler Perry? How talented is he? Not so much, to be honest. You know, but look at him. He packaged it nicely. Now he has a whole production house. Like, Rono, we have faith in you. We believe in you. We just need you to package yourself properly. And you, trust me, girl, you are going places like crazy. Moving on, let's just hear this diss track or whatever it is. But release it. If you had it, release it. Even if you don't have it, create one, Rono. Come for everybody. Come for them. Yeah, wait to see the tea. It's interesting. But I saw a comment, I saw a comment that actually did relate very much to, it made sense to me. This is what someone says. She goes by the name of Mudoni on Twitter, sorry. She said, it's okay. When Rono apologized, her response was, it's okay. We are all mean AF in our heads sometimes. We just never really say it for the fear of being disliked. You just said what was, you just said your intrusive dark thoughts out loud for once, personally and publicly apologize to those people and move on with your life. And I'm like, yes, 100%. That's our problem. We all have very dark thoughts, very mean thoughts. We all have times in our minds where, by the way, you will see someone and the words that are really rolling in the back of your mind, ungezisema kwa mdomo wako, ungefungua mdomo useme kile ulikuwa unataka kusema. Jamani ungemaliza mtoto wa wenyewe. But we keep it inside. We act like adults. We just find a better, cushier way of saying these things. So I completely understand and I completely agree with it. We are all very dark on the inside. If it was manifested and we actually did have a monitor that could allow people to see what we're thinking, yeah, we would have very few friends. We really would. So Rono, you're allowed to do that. Just, you know, and all these other mean people, if you really want mean to her, y'all need to change.